Why, hello everybody! Welcome to a very special episode of City-States of Klovisa, _:, The God War. How are we all doing today?
Yes.
Doing great.
Nice.
Elden Ring.
Pretty evil.
For
Elden Ring, yeah.
Yeah. John, how far are you? Did you beat it yet?
Oh no, I'm trying to 100% it on the first run.
You
I've
can't.
only killed
Crazy. You are insane.
Hey, I got 50 hours in the game. I've killed the first Elden Ring boss, and that was it.
You
50
only
hours.
killed Margot, the...
No, Godwin.
Cryptofell.
Godfred, whatever. The first one that actually gives
Gilbert
you...
Godfrey.
Yeah, that's
Gilbert
smart.
goddamn Godfrey. The stupid hands and his axe. I see. Let me judge you. What build are you going with?
I'm intelligence-based.
Nice.
Yeah.
Same here, buddy. Sorcerers for life. Oh shit. Yeah, fuck
here
you.
I
We
am,
all
just
do play
being
D&D,
Dexy
huh?
sexy.
Have y'all seen the fuck you beam for sorcery?
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah, there's literally a sorcery fuck you beam where you charge it up and you Hadouken a bitch.
Oh yeah. I don't have it yet. I don't know where it is. I haven't found it naturally. But I do have the Moonlight Greatsword, which is nice.
Ah.
Yeah,
Every Soulsborne game.
Wow.
true. Eric,
Nah.
this is a special episode because you want to show us something.
Yes. Your boy got a new desk today.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
wait.
He's
Let
not
me-
wearing pants.
Let me close out these
God
tabs.
gets
Oh, shoot.
mad.
TOS. Fucking. How do I?
POV, you're tiny and giant picking you
I don't
up.
remember.
Jesus Christ.
Because it's gonna blur it, but yeah, look at that.
Oh shit. He's
Yeah, look at
lagging
that
out.
person camera.
Cam.
Mm-hmm. He's turning into
Yeah.
a robot.
Oh,
He's
look at
become
that.
what he's sworn to defeat.
Hang on, I gotta take a screenshot of it real quick before it
wow,
goes back.
it's so detailed.
Wow. What a special episode, guys. We're starting off very strong.
I was honestly just about to say we've had no tech issues today, which is a surprise, and here we are. I didn't even
It's
have to say it.
true.
2 minutes in, no tech issues. Let's go.
Wait till Roll20 doesn't start.
I'm just... Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but it was like Eric fully animated, lift up the camera, look at desk, freeze, then it, like seconds
That was
later,
just-
he's
yeah.
back sitting down, and he's like, ah, then it's just immediate
Yeah, that
stillness.
is what we saw, too.
He's a
That
PowerPoint
is what we
now.
saw.
Eric, are you okay? Do you need
Damn.
help?
I got an L death. Yeah.
Oh, Pog.
Are you
Oh,
downloading
nice.
things?
Falls in. No, downloading nothing. But I have 5 milliseconds time from Discord, so what the fuck on there.
Is
Oh,
it raining?
shit.
No, I'm afraid I moved the router away from where the router is. A direct line from hitting the wall is where the router. I was afraid I might choose, but I hadn't anything.
I agree.
Yeah.
That came through.
Same here.
Hey,
Right over my head.
you know, all I'm saying, direct Ethernet is OP.
Yeah, why don't you go find your Ethernet cable there? Hey, Gibby.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm tired
Yeah.
because I don't want to be on Roll20 anymore for my game because I was like trying to mess around with making my own dungeon and lighting and dynamic lighting, and I was just like, you know, all of this sucks. Because I
Yeah.
remember you doing dynamic lighting with your stuff, and it's like, I understand why he prefers Theater of the Mind other than, you know, any other reason.
Oh,
We
Fire.
lost him. We lost a
Uh,
gamer.
Dungeon Master.
So I
Still
remembered that I had Foundry, that I own
Ooh.
Foundry VTT, the virtual tabletop, and I've been messing with it, and now I am finally at the point where I'm converting all of my character sheets because I can't export character sheets, so I have to manually move everything over. which is a giant pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But that's what I've been doing for like the past 3 weeks. Just spending like 2 or 3 hours a day, every night, slowly converting every single thing that I made into Foundry.
How much
hey.
stuff did you make? Jesus.
Every single character sheet, including enemies, plus all of the maps, plus I had to redo all of it. Like, I did dynamic lighting of the dungeon, of the map that I made. I made a map in Incarnate for the dungeon. Then I made dynamic lighting on Roll20, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm moving to Foundry, so I had to redo the map and the dynamic lighting on Foundry. And now I'm finally getting to actual character sheets, and all of the custom magical items that I have to be remade in Foundry as well. So that's a lot of fun.
Just tell your players to have Foundry and Roll20 open at the same time. Come on.
Just just do it all in Theater of the Mind. Don't even have have physical character sheets in front of you.
Really, just be on the phone instead of like a Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who even needs Discord? I'll just
Literally
all of them
be
personally.
outside your player's like house when you start, and then just like periodically, show off more of the environment around you, and they'll be like, "Are you on my street?" And say, "No, I'm in your walls."
Now, if you want a big meme, because I got
Nav's back
literally,
in the lounge.
Okay.
I got all of my friends to play Final Fantasy 14, so I memed on them and say, hey, what if we did a joke one-shot where I literally DM'd all of you in the game? Like, we literally used Final Fantasy 14
Oh,
as
like
instead of
Hearthstone
Roll20.
and WoW.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what people who... No, okay, we're not gonna go on that tangent. Hi, Eric.
Okay, is this any better?
Your camera's a little low, but
That's
I'm
'cause
afraid
it's
it's...
sunken.
I'm not in my chair yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He's
Okay.
doing his
I don't
top
know. I don't know what was going on. My ping was high. I was dropping packet, and then I wasn't. So.
Okay. We'll keep an eye on it for you. Hey, Ryan, how are you doing?
I have 2 interviews set up for next week.
Nice.
Woo!
Yeah.
They knock on wood.
Yep.
Anything else?
Counts. Besides that, just tired.
Yeah.
Real life.
Damn true.
Yeah.
John, how are you, buddy?
I stayed up for 3 days straight playing Elden Ring when I got off work.
Same.
Like a
Same.
true
That's
gamer.
just it. Actually, though, I probably have had less sleep in this last week than the last month. But I'm happy about it, at least.
Jeez. Well, wait, wouldn't that be the normal thing? Anyway? If you
You
slept
know-
normally in a week, you'd still have less sleep than an entire month?
Math is
Yeah,
hard.
John?
But,
are you
like-
okay?
I don't know what I'm trying to say. I stayed up a lot of hours playing Elden Ring because that is the only way I could. And you know what? I'm happy.
Oh, shit. Well,
That's what counts.
not to disparage what you just said, but same. Same here. I don't know if any of you caught our Saturday game, which was super late because I stayed up for almost 3 days, went to sleep, and slept for 12 to 14 hours. And missed the game.
You know, I did see that notification. I was getting off. I was literally clocking out of my shift at work, and then I see a notification from John. I'm like, hey, today's...
That's not right.
That doesn't seem...
late.
Shouldn't they have started like an hour ago?
Yeah.
That seems weird.
It was a rough one. I'm still just dealing with that guilt. I think I'm going to take that guilt with me to the grave. And speaking of guilt and being in a grave, I think it's time for a recap so we can start this fucking show already. Who wants to give it?
I think
I
the
can
man
give it.
who's... I was going to say, yeah, the man who
Yeah.
no longer has a helmet anymore.
Our helmetless
I'm no longer in
Spartan.
everything. I think we got back that session, but that might have been the session beforehand. We visited Alcazan? Yeah, we visited Alcazan. We talked to the Alcazanian queen, who's like a dryad or some like plant-related bitch, because we were asking. What were we asking about? It wasn't about the flower, was
The
it?
garden.
The
It
spring.
was about the garden.
Spring.
The Garden of Spring.
Spring
That's
garden.
right. That's right. We were asking about the Garden of Spring and if she knew where it was, and she did know where it is because it's right there in Alcazan. And she basically said, "Hey, you're gonna die, so I'm not gonna stop you." And we were like, "Cool." It's not the first time we've heard that. And we went back to Tulse to gather a little bit more information. I don't remember anything prevalent before the end of the session where I offered the flower to the Oracle, also known as Google, also known as Weird Magic Ritual. And I had a whole scene where I was talking to the spirit / some weird metaphysical manifestation of the flower lotus. And that meeting culminated in the fact that I am no longer cursed with the Proto-Ulathaean armor of death.
Close.
Alvin
You were like
but,
98%
Alvin Tory,
accurate.
yes,
There
yes.
we go.
It's the other weird sounding thing.
Yeah, John made up
Ulathaean,
cool
Alvin
fantasy
Tory.
names, and no one knows how to spell or pronounce them, which is fair. I'm bad at speaking.
Hey, that's how you know that they're good fantasy names.
True. If you can
Yeah,
understand
if
it
I just
by
have to look
reading
at it and take a guess.
It's either French or fantasy names.
Yeah. I also have 3 different spellings and pronunciations for the name Smitty. So, there's that
Fringe.
Yeah,
going for me.
Schmitty, and Smitty D.
Mm-hmm. Smitty D's nuts. Anyway,
Hey.
got him. Alright, yeah, that's the recap. I have... Let's see. What day is it? Do you guys remember what day it is?
Never.
Let me check
I
the
have
mod.
Yugu Learns Tiny Hut, and then D Alcazan. Oh, Vision! So it is the 16th of August. Gentlemen, you are in a warehouse. This warehouse had a statue / shrine glowing with this vibrant green, if not gold. And now, as you watch Nav on his hands and knees, I believe weeping his eyes out, just blood and tears flowing freely from his face, down his almost like anorexia tight skin. What do you do?
There was an Ozark here, right?
Probably. This is the wrong one.
There was.
Yeah, there was.
There
Oh,
has
yeah,
to
there
have
was.
been. You're in the shrine. This is guarded. Yes, and Ozark's
does
with
this
you.
happen always? You know, the flashing light, the losing magical item.
Yeah, the light and item thing, definitely. But not the, And he just points at Nav. Whatever the fuck that was.
Are you okay? I can search and check you to see if you're healthy. If you want, I can kneel next to him.
Nav, a stranger you've never seen nor have a relationship with, starts tending you. Maybe we should recap that scene. It's been 2 weeks. It was a highly emotional thing. Nav, you literally just got your soul just shot up with a flashbang grenade into a horribly malicious curse that is this armor was shattered from your body. You've been wearing this suit / skin thing for months now, I believe like 3 or 4. You have been psychically assaulted, have been speaking through your mind. Your throat is dry, you haven't had any food or water in months. Your only real companion here is Yugu. You're dealing with 2 boneheads who you know, your two friends abandoned you, more or less. And then you just met this weird flower guy who seems to just be sitting, waiting at the end of time. So, Nav, what are you thinking and feeling right now? As we set the scene a little bit.
Oh boy. A little confusion, or a lot of confusion rather. That was a lot of like metaphysical, metaphorical bullshit, and Nav is not the smartest cook. Neither am I. I think this event has like reached him in a way none of the other like deaths slash abandonings slash near deaths have. And all right, John, I can't do it. I'm sorry. I have to mute the stream because I can hear myself talk.
Gibby's camera froze, apparently.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Okay.
I saw it froze and I'm trying to fix it.
Okay.
At the moment I seem to remember you saying at the end of the last session, I still seem stronger than when I had originally put the armor on. But given that I haven't eaten and I haven't had water for months, is there like weakness from lack of nutrients or anything like? You get what I mean?
I get what you're meaning. No, there's not the fatigue yet, but it's slowly beginning to seep into your body. Right now, you are still magically enhanced and having been sustained through some arcane means. But you're beginning to feel that fatigue as your armor's magic has been broken.
Okay. He's still fucking crying, right? But given that he's in an emotional state right now, and Yugu is the only one he has any type of relationship with, he's gonna be like, you and blubbering and all that shit. I'm not gonna do that the entire time, but you get the gist of what I'm trying to go for.
I do.
I'll like kneel down, grab him by the face, like, yeah, it's okay. Don't worry. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but you're alive.
Everyone's got an asshole. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no!
I wish we were here and yeah, it'll be a lot of that. Just a lot of that.
The
He's
auto-tune
not in a
crying.
good state right now.
I am going to use. Hang on, I'll put out the ability. I want to make a wooden kushim, and then animate it, and have the wooden kushim. I'm not strong enough to do it, but I'm sure my wooden kushim is pick up Nav, like, you know, bright.
You want to make a life-sized animatronic?
Kushim.
Oh my god. Can you do this?
I can make a large-sized creature or object.
Oh, shit.
These
I
are
guess
also
so.
super long.
You make a not silhouette, a
Statue.
oh, what are they fucking called? A giant
Marionette?
puppet, I guess, of
Figurine.
Kushim, the 7.5 foot tall, mostly horned bug man, carved to have the facial features of the big old bug himself. You then animate him through your weird performance, like a puppeteer or a marionette meister, to pick up Nav.
Like, yeah,
Who-
it's fine. We'll be all okay. Come on, let's take you to your room. You look like you need something to eat, maybe. And I will command my marionette to take us to the our rooms, I guess, in the tyrant's court.
Okay. You'll have to walk across the city. You flew here with Ozark.
Blue.
Yeah, well, you know, slingshot yourself across the city. No big deal. And I suppose Ozark will... And Mirth, you're the doctor. You're probably, you know...
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm concerned that he said hasn't eaten for a while, and seeing as like he looks kind of decrepit and slowly exhausted, I'm going to mix a bunch of rations and water together and like crush it up and make it like OD water. Something that
Well,
I know it doesn't
Feed
sound
old
appetizing,
people.
but
Beef
yeah.
would gladly help out his friend Mirth acquire some very fine foods for our thin friend here, going out of his way to find the highest quality of meat pies, steaks, pork chops, whatever he can get his hands on, to help prepare a mighty feast for their anorexic friend.
Okay. Nav, you are taken back to the Tyrant's Court, back to your room, and then, after a little while, you are moved to the hospital ward as you begin to fade in and out of consciousness. Over this period, your armor will begin to quite literally fall off your body in the city, having to be picked up by one of the guards that follows after Ozark, who's like, you know, I could just speed this up, but what if we cast haste on... and he's, like, trying to be helpful, but also, like, he can't lift Nav at all. So you guys just kind of walk and then start to run and jog. Beef Swellington and Mirth will break apart and try to find remedies, or, well, no, Beef is literally just going to go to a butcher shop. Undoubtedly. Mirth may follow you, but yeah. Nav. As we shift our scenes a little bit. We're going to skip some time. I know that we already have skipped some time. But I feel like we need to do it again now. 2 days will go by with Nav, like, in this weird space in terms of health. The first doctor will inform Yugu and Mirth that, like, yeah, your friend's about to fucking die. If you want to, like, give any last words, now's the time. And then, you know, it's informed that, like, no one dies in Tolst while the tyrant's here. And if it's like a magical health problem, it just won't kill him. So for a while, Nav is like is just in a state of constantly, more or less, making death saving throws, mechanically, and never failing one, like constantly having Spare of a Dying cast on him. It's a very strange looking scene, as ghostly wisps of arcane and magical light just constantly, like, strike his body to resuscitate him. Yeah.
Will he be okay eventually? You say he is dying, but we cannot die? Could we save him? Stop this?
Mirth is trying all he can each day, sitting by his bedside and trying to eliminate the disease that he thinks he has, or the poison condition, or just trying different things using his physician touch.
Yeah. Give me
Each
a
day.
medicine check.
I really hope this is good because it's literally the only thing my character does.
Hey.
That's pretty
19.
good. Can you do a quick follow-up Arcana check? I'll explain why here in a second. Oh,
Natural 20.
Hey.
Alright.
natural 20.
It's fine. It's fine.
Mirth, you immediately start picking and prodding at him with your alternative medicine, we'll call it. You are a monk healer
Needles.
after all.
Yeah.
Doctors will constantly get in your way and say, "You're not allowed in here, you don't have a diploma. Where's your certificate?"
No, they're you!
They continue,
Or
and
you
like
do.
every time you're trying to do something, they interrupt you. But at one point, you're like, okay, this clearly isn't some kind of sickness or like disease from a normal source. So you go and hit the books, and will soon detect that this is more or less a curse that is killing Nav. And there's no real easy way of getting rid of those. After... Yeah, what's that?
Is there a cleric or something around that can remove the curse?
Yeah, everyone's gonna do their part. They're not just gonna let fucking a task member die, who they've invested quite a long time, like, quite a bit of money and resource and time into. Things are happening with and without you. Beef Swellington, with his pies, are more or less useless in this situation. He's not a doctor. He's a meathead. He's not even a magic man anymore.
He's just if he can't feed him the food, he'll just eat it himself and weep.
True. Yugu, in this time, what do you do?
I was going to ask the doctors if there was anything that I could do to help. They probably are smarter than me, wiser in this type of thing. If I can't do anything, I'll just wait in a waiting room and by his bedside if I can. Just hope he's better.
You are a bard, a skilled one at that. They tell you to do what bards do best. Music and singing and all sorts of shit. There is magic within your words, Yugu. You talking to him may have some positive effect.
There's no way I could... Never mind. I was going to ask for the Eulithian, the UI, but there's no way they would give it to me. And even playing it probably wouldn't help. So,
Probably.
yeah.
Do you want a backup bagpipe player to help you?
No, please. No.
That's for the funeral, Beef.
Amazing grace.
Eventually, on the 19th is where I have it. The tyrant will walk into the room. Having been in a similar state before. Or having been gone for most of August. He will show up, not out of breath or as if he had ran here and is just tired or exhausted. But there are like bags under his eyes. And he'll look at Yugu, Mirth, and maybe Beef if he's not working out at the gym right now. Like, who the fuck cares about Nav, Beef? Like, honestly. Like, what the fuck? Who is this guy? You don't know him.
Well, he cares about Nav because Mirth cares about Nav. Therefore, Beef cares about Nav.
Oh. The tyrant will enter, his bodyguard shortly behind him. and he'll say, "Sorry, I'm late." How is he?
Can you help him?
I will try.
It seems to be a magical curse.
Let's see. He looks at the armorless Nav, sort of with IVs hooked up and medical equipment, keeping him physically stable. I've been in contact with the people who made his armor. Apparently, no one has ever survived taking it off after putting it on. So we're in unfamiliar territory. I'll do what I can for him. But I need you 4 to leave, or 3 to leave.
Okay.
And
Understood.
I will leave my instrument in the room. Say, use it, please, if you could. And then leave.
What instrument is it?
It is a lyre.
Okay. You three will... Well, what do you three do as you leave this hospital ward?
I'm going to whisper to the other two. Do you think that if it was the curse or the armor was taken off by the flower mage, do you think his vestments would help?
Maybe?
Probably not, I think.
John always forgets what the voice sounds like.
Fucking voice.
The key thing, I think, was the armor that was keeping him alive. That is not anymore. Maybe some cloth will negate the effect, but I think we just trust the tyrant here.
Big, spooky,
Okay.
scary armor. Not much for us to do, I think.
I just hate feeling helpless about magic.
Beef puts a hand on Riff's shoulder. You know, when I'm feeling helpless, I usually take a trip to the gym, and then I feel better after lifting some weights. Let's go.
I think I'm just gonna stay here and wait for the tyrant to come out.
Okay. And he just leaves.
Beef leaves. Hugo, do you hit the gym?
No.
Okay. What does Yugu do?
I'm thinking I'm gonna take out my scribe's kit and just start writing, like, a last note to Nav, I guess. Just kind of for my own self. Like, dear Nav, I know you will pull through, but if you do not, this will be a last note for myself that no one will read. Kind of a reversed last will, like the things I want to say to him, things I would wish I had said to him if he does die.
You make a final proclamation?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
A eulogy, if you will? Okay. As you three go about your business, Mr. Nav. We just can't get enough of you, Nav. Where are you?
Where are you?
Shut the
I
fuck
know.
up.
Every single time.
I was looking for the correct music. Nav, your dreams in this death state are very odd and strange. At first, they're very... I cannot sleep, I cannot dream tonight. Fuck you,
No.
Nick. Nav, the oblivion and darkness is before you. At least during the first couple of days. And then you will gain more and more of a picture as you are crossing a field of these black lotuses. You don't really walk. It's not like a singular scene. You're fading in and out of consciousness. At times, your eyes will just barely crack open, and the light of a hospital board will sort of ooze through your eyelids. You may detect your friend, Yugu, along with your 2 other new task force members. At one point, you swear you'll see Kushim sitting in a corner, but then you're unconscious once more. You'll hear doctors speak about your condition to people you don't see nor hear. And then you'll once more be walking through that endless field of night. And then, finally, you will hear a crisp voice within your mind, one you recognize as your boss, which is kind of weird. Your employer just whispers, Nav, wake up. And without needing to make a saving throw from this command spell, you will wake up. You will feel the grime, sweat, and dried blood underneath your eyeballs and eyelids. It will be painful as your body, wrecked from whatever sort of detoxification of this armor leaving you. You'll feel tired and hungry. Your chest hurts as you look around the room, the tyrant letting out a heavy sigh as you stir. Hey, buddy. How you feeling? What? He leans in.
Is it too late to die?
You can't die here. I won't allow it.
Damn it. Just gonna like raise his arm and be like, again.
Yeah. You're a bit paler. You haven't seen the sun in months. But, you know. It'll come back. The tyrant will look at you. I don't want to ambush you the moment you come awake. So I'm not. When you recover, come talk to me.
Will do, boss man.
Cool.
Thanks for the rescue.
He'll pause at your door when you say that. And then, after, like, a clear hesitation, You'll lock eyes with him, just glancing over his shoulder at you. And then he'll just walk out of the room. To probably Yugu, who's writing, as well as Mirth, who's waiting. Time has passed from when he went in. Almost an hour.
Well, you fixed him? He's better? I'll slam my book. Yeah? Is he...
He'll just give you the go talk to your friend look, and then head down the hall.
Respectfully, I'll wait for him to leave.
Yeah.
And then right into Nav's room.
You slip on in, respectfully. Nav looks a little bit like a corpse man, but he's alive.
I'll go over to his bedside and take his head in both hands and like press our foreheads together like, oh, thank you for not dying. Please, thank you.
Yeah, that was kind of a close thing. You know, body not being neutralized for months.
You know, when you feel a little better, maybe you can go and talk to Mika's mom now, right?
Oh god, don't make me see that woman again. I can't handle that.
Get your strength back, yeah?
He's just had an IV of healing potions just in his veins.
I'm different now.
Do you mean? You are what you were before?
No, I don't think so.
You think the armor has done something permanent?
I mean, maybe, but that's not what I mean. Do you ever think about what happens after?
Try not to. I do not like dying.
I mean, no, I mean like after this. The Tyrant, the God War, like...
Up until about a year ago, I had spent almost every day in a hole in the ground with my near family. We would go out and hunt. It was very simple, yeah? I had barely even thought about going over the mountain or over the hill. I could not think about another year from now. Maybe I will not even live that far. Do you think about after?
Not before, but...
Maybe we could think about it together. You and I. And we'll make sure we'll get to there together. Yeah?
Yeah. I like that. You just don't get to leave this time. Or, you know what I mean.
And you don't get to die either. Never again.
I don't know. I might be squishy now like I was before. Hey, just save me a healing word
I will
for
save
when
you
I
more than
inevitably
that.
go down.
Okay. This is fine. Those two new ones, they go unfund, yeah? You no more. Never again. That, what is his fucking name? Beef? He goes every time.
Oh, I can't be your meat shield anymore?
You are a soft, squishy knight now.
I-
No longer
I
made of
was-
metal.
I was asleep only for a few days, and you replaced me?
Well, you just have to get stronger than him, yeah? Wear some real armor, not this. Whatever it was. This legion, this thief. You get some sleep. I'll be back tomorrow. And you should be standing by then, yeah? Strong. I know it.
Grr.
Hmm.
Grr.
Mirth, you were probably spectating this whole thing.
Yeah, he was like standing right behind you, and as soon as they talking as if he wasn't there, he starts backing away slowly.
You let the two
Respectfully.
brothers have their moment.
Yeah. Before my medical curiosity kicks in.
Yeah, I'll take my instrument and leave the room.
Okay.
When I pass by Myth, I will like put a hand on his chest, like look after him. Yeah, I know I'm not too good at healing people other than magic. You seem to know more about the ins and outs of how they actually get sick.
Just thumbs up.
Yeah, I'll give you a little bow on the way.
I'll bow back.
Okay. Is there anything you want to do to inspect Nav, Mirth? I'm not sure you'll get anything more from your 19 that you've rolled here.
Yeah, I want to check over him again, see if he's like conscious definitely, but
Yeah.
don't know if his body could handle his consciousness or like expected days of recovery or something like that, or if he is able to recover.
There's no way for you to know. Time will
Okay.
be the answer to this recovery. And I'm gonna fast forward us a few more days so that Nav can figure out what he's losing and gaining here. Yeah. 1 week will go by. A mechanical long rest will be had to get rid of the 5 levels of fatigue, as well as some magical debuffs that were upon you, Nav. Someone will have to come in and cast Greater Restoration on you. No big deal. That's part of the Tyrant's Health Insurance Program. Everyone gets a couple free castings of Greater Restoration a year. And you did it while working, so, you know, workers' comp and everything.
Unionize.
So, things will change. You have lost your Slayer's Hex. This gave you basically a 15% chance to crit. You critted on a 17, I believe. Maybe it was like a 20, actually. 20% then. That's gone. I've already removed that. Your hit points. I believe I wrote in my notes. Let me pull them up. You will lose a third of your hit points. Your maximum HP. This will be a permanent debuff, and you will roll your hit dice from now on. So you have 80 current HP. I don't know what that is. Hang on. 80 times
like,
0.33.
Isn't that like 20
You lose
something?
26 hit points.
Yeah.
Which I still believe... 54. That's not bad for a level 8 warlock.
Well, I figure that's about average.
Yeah, it's 7 below mine.
Okay.
So
Obviously, you don't have your armor anymore. It is destroyed forever. The helmet was... It was +1 plate. Oh, man. Oh, it would have actually increased this fucking level. Oh, no. I forgot. This was your ASI level, wasn't it? Oh, well.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's fine. All of your features that were changed before stay the same. Or they stay as, so we don't have to go all the way back to being whatever the fuck we were. I think your strength score that got increased goes back to what it was. Basically anything that got increased from this armor goes back to what it was.
Right. I believe it was a +2 to strength from the armor.
Yes. That
Okay, that's
sounds
what I
right. However, you do gain something from this experience. Can you roll
Wow.
me a 1d4?
Healing.
That's how much hit points you get back.
You gain 4 points of intelligence.
Whoa!
Ooh,
Oh, whoa.
That's a lot.
Yes,
that
it is a lot.
Jeez.
I am now of average intelligence.
Did you have 6 before?
I had 7.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
You have experienced something that few people will ever do. You have... I mean, I don't need to state it at all. It is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Quite literally, for most people. This will change your perspective on the world. It must. There's no other way of saying that. Take that what you will. Why it's intelligence, but it is. Okay. That is your debuffs. That is your buff. And after a week, so on the 26th, the Tyrant will call a meeting, or did you want to, like, talk to him alone real quick, Nav? As you become mobile and, you know, able to cast spells again.
I feel like he'd probably do it alone. Not to like withhold anything, but this was it felt like a private thing, but he has to do it to the Tyrant because
Yeah.
it's his boss. Like, he wants to know what the fuck was going on. So
Yeah, you don't bring your group of friends when you go to talk to your doctor, usually. Unless it's, like, super, super serious. The Tyrant can be found and will make time for you, Nav. So, you got special treatment today. We're gonna say it's gonna be on the 25th. On the night of the auction is when you'll have this meeting. Where do we want to have this? Probably during the early morning, when you're up and awake and, like, doing some, like, very light rehab to get used to your new muscle density. He'll bring you into... I guess he'll catch you at, like, the gym, or the built-in, you know, rehabilitation center, where Beef Swellington, after a night of curling, is not present. He did not stay up all night breaking down his body. Everybody knows you go into the gym to destroy, but you grow outside of it. Let's change the music a little. Nav, the Tyrant with his bodyguard, who's always blah 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 30 feet, will call out to you as you stop a treadmill. John's making sure his music can be heard. And he is holding a new sword kind of in his hands, which currently is scabbarded, and the belt has been like wrapped around the hilt of it to like lock it into place or tie it. Fix it. There we go. He calls out Nav.
Hey, boss man, got a new toy there?
Kind of. I made this with Arvo's help.
Oh.
Also because the magic I was using for another sword has been reallocated back to me. Sever, or Ravik as you knew him, broke the sword I made for him.
What a
and
bitch.
He did it for a good reason.
Fair enough.
So what I've done, and he says, offering you the handle as you step down and come talk to him eye to eye. He offers for you to take it and feel it.
Nav will do it.
Yeah. There is a flash of just like familiarity as you just touch the handle that is wrapped in this dark black leather. It's a hand and half sword, or a bastard sword. It's a long sword mechanically, but it looks cool. Nav, give me an insight check. Nice. There's just this tickle in like the back of your like neck here for just the briefest of moments. And he will state, the metal that your armor sort of fell off of, we have reused. And the curse that I've extracted from your bones and heart has been replaced. It now fuels the sword. I offer it to you, if you want it. It's not often a man gets to wield the magic that kills him as a weapon.
When the tyrant says that it was the same metal as the armor, he's going to like do like a twitch or a jerk and kind of hold it farther away from his body. And after a minute of just kind of like looking at it, he's like, I'll take it for now. I don't know how I feel about it. I might wind up giving it back to you, either for
I understand.
another task force member to use or for it to be vaulted.
He nods.
Thank you for the consideration.
No problem.
What did you actually do to fight the curse?
I took it.
Oh, I was afraid you were gonna say that.
Yeah.
Temporarily, or?
Yeah. This might come as a shock to you, but I'm very magical, Nav.
No, say it isn't so.
It is. I have the ability to command. This is near omnipotent. I can command magic doors to open. Just anything made of material or magic I can command. Your curse is no different. It took me an hour to get it from your bones and heart, but, you know.
Can I give you a hug?
Bring it home, buddy. He
Yeah.
opens his arm to hug you.
Mid embrace. He'll just say thank you again. And as they're like separating, he'll be like, I have taken for granted a lot of what you have done and have done for us. And this fiasco helped me see it. But if there's anything I can do for you, you know, within my power, just let me know.
Nav, you've done a lot. Don't let me ask more of you than you've already given. I'm not here to tyrannize, after all. He pats you on your arm. Tells you to get better soon, which will strangely fill you with a new vigor. And if there's nothing more to say, he'll depart.
If he turns to leave now, I'm just gonna be like, you don't want to hear about the, vision?
Oh, I assumed we'd want to go over that all together, rather than... You know. We'll wait till tomorrow. You're almost back. You're almost cleared back for duty. It'll be okay.
Okay.
I hope it was worth it.
I think it was. For me. I can't speak for anybody else, but...
Okay. I'll see you tomorrow, bud. And he leaves you with a hexed blade, if you will.
Shut the fuck up!
That's it for no.
And with that, we're gone!
Folks.
Oh,
Everyone dies of psychic damage. Let's go.
Everyone takes 200 d10 of psychic damage from that joke.
good. And tomorrow comes. The snack room meeting is called. Nav, you are still unequipped for right now, but we'll worry about your, half plate or splint mail situation in a bit. The sword, after you've, come accustomed to it, you will find is a +2/+1 weapon. Not a +2/+2. That's broken imba. Basically, it gives you +2 to hit and damage and +1 to your AC. Just like the sword that was made out of the Ulathaean masterwork. Rather strong. Attunement, but still.
Yeah.
No other additional effects. Yeah. So, we meet in the snack room, Nav. In toga, or off-duty uniform, or whatever the fuck, and the rest of you present. The tyrant marches in. The Ozark simulacrum that went with you falls from the ceiling like a spider. Some guy you've never seen before is also there, just wearing a tiger print everything, who sits down and goes full, Neon Genesis on you all. Ooh, like this. And I suppose everyone kind of looks to Nav.
Are you feeling good enough to eat a meat pie now?
Sure, why not?
He takes out an entire meat pie that's got like a 6-foot radius, and he's like brings it out with both hands and just hands it. It's steaming hot, even though he takes it out of like his backpack.
Oof.
Thank you. And then he's just gonna like go and set it. Maybe take like a piece of the crest to be polite.
He puts a fork. He like just grabs a fork from the snack table and just gently puts it next to it.
The Ozark Simulacrum asks if he can have a slice too.
Beef looks at the simulacrum and just shakes his head as he just pulls out another meat pie and offers it to the Ozark.
Oh! He's my new favorite tyrant. We gotta
No.
promote this man to general.
You don't need a slice. You need your own meat pie, my friend.
He will start to consume it like an animal. As everyone else begins to snack and chow down, literally having like a luncheon in a workplace area. You guys. Well, Nav, you'll be asked to speak of your vision. What did you learn? What did you see beyond the, magical bullshit that almost got you murdered?
I'll describe like what he saw. There's no point in revisiting all that nonsense again, but
Nap blinks for the first time in 5 months. A field of endless blue-leaf flowers and can be seen the setting of the sky.
Okay, fuck you.
Note check.
The note check. Yeah.
What did I learn?
Like,
I'll fucking read it all.
We have to. No, I have the notes of it. I have the entire thing.
Oh. Jeez.
No, I'm literally asking what I knew because I read this and I'm like, okay, that's symbolic, that's symbolic, that's symbolic, but what the fuck is the symbology? Or what does it mean? What is John trying to tell me here?
What does it mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Mason!
Where is Martha?
Where's the flower mage? Where is he? What was the deal with the graves?
Gladiuses, how do you spell it?
How do you spell gladiuses? Gladioluses, fuck.
Gladiole? Is that how it's said?
I don't fucking
Gladii?
know. Gladii.
I
them.
actually have a whole.
GLaDOS. They're just the GLaDOS flowers.
Who doesn't like being the GLaDOS flower?
So we have to brush up on our flower languaging.
It's true.
In the vision, there was a lot of emphasis placed on the flowers, and presumably their colors. I got some of their meanings in my off time during recovery. A lot of it is about purity and rebirth. And something about a little sword. I'm hoping that's not talking about dicks, but
You start telling this tale.
I literally have web pages pulled up about flower languages and what all these fucking flowers
I'm
mean.
glad. And then someone is like, wait a minute. Doesn't this have something to do with castle power? Someone
What's the
looks at
castle
you
power?
all. Ozark is astonished. Beef, you have the mind of a child and you don't know about the most famous children's franchise of fantasy novels in the world?
No, because the only thing he knows about is his father Maximus and how much he needs to be swole like him.
I'm so sorry, Ozark says. And then throws a 800-page, Iliad-sized book at your head. And tells you to start reading. Most of it's pictures, so Beef, you're
He slaps it to the floor like it was like someone was throwing like a basketball at him, and he's just trying to fucking dribble it or dunk it, and then he just immediately gets on his knees, opens it up, and just points at the first picture that he sees and laughs.
it's just someone getting fucking murdered by like a beast. Okay. Yeah, someone points this out. That one guy who you've never met or seen before is like, yeah, this sounds exactly like the first issue of Castle Power, Volume 0. Like flowers and everything.
I am not as well as Beef, not so versed in the castle power. Could you tell us what
shit.
happens at the end, maybe?
Everyone dies after saving the world or something. Like a bunch of heroes come together, follow a king, and then fucking die one off. Or after a big climactic battle. You know. Kid story stuff.
Oh. How do we change that ending, maybe?
How do we change that ending? I don't know, man. It's a published story. It's been in circulation for 100 years. What do you want from
What
me?
was the point of the flowers in the book?
Each one, like, represented a character.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah. Well, the only reason I know it is because, like, the political team, who I'm somewhat connected with, like, they were really big into Castle Power for, like, a couple months.
Beef looks up from his book. What's your name? And do you want a meat pie?
Yeah.
Hello,
He takes
yeah.
He takes a meat pie out of his backpack and he just tosses it.
He weaves, as if it's dodgeball. However, it gets caught midair by an invisible force.
Ooh.
Ozark.
No, it's not Ozark with invisibility. You see Ozark right there. He's eating his own meat pie,
Maybe-
saying, "Yeah,
maybe it's
this is
different
some
now."
good shit." It's like, what?
It's
It
good
really
for your
tastes the
bones.
sweat that seeped through his backpack.
It adds an extra flavor of salt to it.
Yeah. Oh, that's gross. The tyrant will speak up and be like, okay, we'll look into the castle power angle. Sounds insane.
Who wrote the cast power?
I don't know. It's credited with multiple authors, so. We'd have to research. I'm not big into books, man. Why would you read when you could just go do stuff, right?
Become the book.
Well, is there something about garden in the book? Because if there is, that might be a clue.
They shrug. Dude, it's 800 pages long. We're gonna need time to fucking read it. Beef, how's it going? Did you start from page 1?
Beef looks down, and then he looks back up, and then he looks back down. This says page 243. This one says 242. And then he flips it over. This one says 241. And this one says
Okay.
240.
Alright, well, while Beef goes and becomes your new wizard,
Oh, God help us.
Hey, it might have better intelligence than meager.
maybe. let's speak up to the next thing. I was not conscious when you guys returned. Sorry about that, MB. But I am now. Are you ready to perform?
Oh, I thought we were... Oh, we were waiting for you. That was right. I am always ready to perform. It is my art, yeah? I just do
Okay.
not know if now is the right time.
The sooner the better. Word has
Later
come in
today.
that, yes. Wow. A lot of things have happened during these couple of weeks. Most of which I was unconscious for. I'm not going to go over them now, but more or less, the world keeps turning against us. Our enemies are moving and making strange purchases, to say the least. We're running out of time. Once the new year begins and winter ends, chances are we're not going to get any free time left. So, after this song is complete, you will have until the rest of winter to get affairs in order, to do things you won't have time to do otherwise. So, let's get this song done, and then you guys can have a vacation. A working vacation, but yeah, you know what I mean. Alright, Hugo! Meet me in Arvo's chamber. Mirth, beef. You want to watch a spell happen? I know you two aren't like...
236.
Stop!
He's
What?
reading backwards.
Just cover the mouth.
He's literally just
I-
like flipping pages, just reading the numbers and then flipping them. What? I'll come. Yeah, sure.
You can be my backup this time, yeah?
Oh yeah, I can pick up my bagpipes and play along.
Nav. Are you ready? You feeling better?
Yeah.
Alright. Get yourself some half-plate or splint mail. Meet us down there.
Oh boy. Okay.
We don't know what's gonna happen when this song starts playing, so...
Oh, should I like bring my shield, or should I just
Probably.
bring my
I don't know.
axe?
Look, I don't know what this is, but apparently when Arvo, like, did it when he became a king, it was during a war of his own making or something.
Okay, I'll just bring my big giant round garbage plate.
Just
shield.
get ready, guys. I don't know what that looks like for you all, but... Alright, 3, 2, 1, break! And he leaves.
He hears the word break and he immediately goes to the nearest to the nearest like vase and like punches it.
You're a real adventurer. You just damage property.
You gotta break the pot.
Where's my
See if there's rupees
movies?
inside.
Yeah. You find that, like, beyond the tops, like, the plant is an illusion, but the pot was real. So, like, the plant stalk is still, you know, the fern is still, like, sticking up.
Ooh, floating plant.
Is this prop hunt?
Yeah, basically. Okay. Well, as you all grab your stuff, unsure of the future, we're going to take a very quick break, and when we come back, we will perform the Song of Erythil, the team's objective for months in real life. So, please stay tuned for that, and tolerate my ad break. I'm so sorry, but also not. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Yugu. You are now the POV character as you enter a chamber that has been prepared since the time you got the scroll back, all the way here. Give me 1 second. There we go. Okay. Let us play the summoning.
Ooh. What am I summoning?
Another god. We just released another god.
Yeah, on our
No,
side this
no,
time,
no.
though.
Time to kill a god. Just like my JRPGs.
True.
Hmm.
You fight Nietzsche and his entropy. Yugu! Arvo calls out to you as you enter this prepared ritual chamber. It is a circular, tubular, cylindrical room. There are an intricate platform has been created for you to make your performance. There are strange runes that have been etched upon it, similar to the very first sheet you have ever brought back. This is the material component. No, this is the somatic component. Arvo will explain that as part of your training as well, that you have been doing underneath his tutelage, you are to move about this platform as you perform. The instrument is ready for you to play. Wow, okay, this is not nearly as cool as I wanted. Hang on. There we go. With the material component being the strange, magical violin/wind instrument, you will play with magic and begin to bring attention to yourself. Finally, the verbal component, which will be sung and said and jumped and joyed, you will call out. The song you will perform is a 1 hour long ritual. It is not an easy thing by any means. It will require a DC 25 performance check or a DC 20 Constitution saving throw to maintain your concentration throughout the entire thing. You will have a D4 from Arvo's guidance, which he has been... he'll more or less be orchestrating this. Just like outside of the ritual area. And Tyrant being a part of this as well, for he is the conduit of the magic that will flow through you, which you will then create something with, will give you advantage. So, you are already buffed to hell. Is there any other thing you can do to increase your chances better?
Can I help him?
He already has assistance.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I cannot inspire myself. No. I think we just go at it. I've been practicing weeks. Alba has been training me. This performance will go spotlessly. I'm ready.
Okay. Well then, to set the scene a little bit more, People will be filtering in and out of this performance. Everyone has heard of it. Everyone kind of wants to get their eyes on it. This is mostly like the Tyrant's Harem. Ozark, Lady Grasilia, some of the other hunters and huntresses that he trained / grew up with. Ozark, of course, will be there as well. No, wait. Ozark has been banned from interfering. Everybody knows that you, specifically Yugu, are the one levying this class action lawsuit against him. And he has either been told not to come because you will distract him, or he will distract you, excuse me. Or, they're afraid that he's gonna, in his pettiness, sabotage you somehow. So...
he also was the guy who stole the
Yugu.
crown.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ozark's been
okay.
banned. People, like the Ulatheans, are just, sweeping for anybody greaterly invisible. Just wherever he might be, they're looking for him. Yeah. And, other task force members will drop by and just be like, what's going on here? Before getting told to, fuck off. That's to just set the scene a little bit more.
I'll make sure before I start, I'll go to Arvo. I am very ready, prepared to finish this. But if there is a chance I do not succeed, I want to apologize beforehand for all the work that you have put into me. And, is there anything I should know? Some tips and tricks, maybe?
The arcane energies are going to be rather powerful. Try not to lose yourself in them. The last time something like this occurred was not under my control.
Then I will be extra precise today.
The old withered husk of this man, bound by a wheelchair, nods his creaky bones.
I will.
Much is riding on you, Yugu. But I have faith you will succeed.
And as do I in the faith that you have. Let me begin. I walk to the center of the stage.
You walk to the center of the stage. Okay. Everyone waits in a bated breath as you bring out the bow, the wand, the arcane focus, the bardic focus. So, what's it going to be here? Are we performancing it up, or are we con saving it?
Gonna go with the performance. I'm feeling lucky. I'm gonna roll my d4 for guidance beforehand.
Okay.
See how it goes.
Oh!
Okay.
Nice.
See.
Let's go.
Is
It'd
that
be
advantage?
on this.
21.
Oh,
Oh.
23.
roll the exact same thing twice.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay. Hey,
2 14s.
Mirth,
God damn it.
Orion.
Yeah?
Can you roll me 2d20s real quick?
Uh-oh.
GM roll? Or
Yeah, sure.
out and open?
I mean, you'll know it, so you can roll them.
That's 2d100s.
Yeah,
No,
that's
don't do that.
2d100s, bro.
More random.
Could I?
There we go.
It'd be enough.
It would be enough. You all are watching Yugu struggle. At least for the first half. It's still a mind-blowing performance, by the way. Like, a 23, that's quite good. The Tyrant's there as well, performing as a conduit of sorts, giving you more and more magic, which you are using to fuel your song. This strange, arcane sound echoing throughout the room. More and more
Never have
people
I
are
had this
jumping
much
in,
power.
attracted by the music, including one such person of your team, or who used to be on your team, a little man known as Meager.
Oh?
The diviner, the one who played with fate a little bit.
Oh no.
And although John's an asshole and will often stop his players from doing things unmechanical to better suit the drama of the situation, what Meager has just rolled was his portent, which Orion has rolled for me in secret, which was a 3 and a 16.
Oh.
The 16
Oh,
is just enough to bump it up to a 25. Meager's in the background, and Nav, you notice him sweating. Even though, you know, Orion's no longer in control of the character, I still have to honor the Meager we know and love. Looking a bit nervous, as if he's not sure if he should even be in this room or not. While the performance is being like, I'm not really a task force member anymore. Can I, like, come in anyway? And like, okay, you
Sounds
helped get, like,
nice.
2 of the 3 scroll. No, I think Orion helped, or not Orion. Meager helped.
Yeah, Meager did
All
help get
three.
all three.
yeah.
So they're like, yeah, you can come in, bud. And he's like, oh, just sweating like all mad, as if this is the hardest thing he's ever done. And he sees that Yugu is going to fail. And with a little bit of magical bullshit, Meager will give
little
you that
fake.
extra inspiration you needed, Yugu, to get you to that 25. A very difficult check.
Oh.
Beat it by 1. Let's go.
Indeed. No, wrong song. There we go. Guys, this is a beautiful, haunting song and melody that Yugu begins to play for you all. It is ancient. It is more classic than classical music. We, as a people, I don't think would have like a true comprehension of how this would ever sound. It's magical energy being like harmonized and turned to different frequencies that will just send chills down your spine. It's a physical force that is just being played with at Yugu's fingertips. The words he's singing, ancient Ulathaean, are powerful just in existence. They are, in essence, like spell components on their own that he's singing out into the world, drawing more and more attention, and soon rob the entire room of light. The room will not have like a true spotlight, but gray wisps, haunting and beautiful, will begin to flow from his instrument, much like the same ones in the very first temple that were attracted and activated by movement. They brush and touch people, feeling them, or just giving off this cold sensation, robbing you briefly of heat before dancing away like a burst, a streamer of light hitting everyone. These lights will begin to become like a prism of just different rotational, oscillating colors. They are dazzling, hypnotic even. In this time, people will settle down as they continue to listen to this ghostly song of Yugu calling out for a person, a thing. Towards the latter half, close to the end, actual will-o-wisps will begin to spawn, I suppose, coming into the room. These ghostly orbs that begin to spiral from the ceiling downwards and begin to surround Yugu. And in their illumination, themselves producing a small bit of this palish white light, Meager will sort of shrink down and go to his knees, begin to, like, mutter to himself, clawing at his lips. Not that Beef knows who Meager is, but I guess this would matter to Nav, maybe? Nav, do you care about Meager right now?
I mean, if I saw him, I probably would have acknowledged him, even if it was just like a thumbs up or something like that.
Yeah. He's a buddy.
I wouldn't interrupt any of the nonsense that's going on right now to, like, actually go talk to him.
Okay. Well, as Yugu's song completes, there is a final note that just goes for quite some time. And in that note, the will-o-wisp spirit orbs will begin to spin around, moving into a very soft and slow circling pattern until they begin to speed up and up and up at the end of the final note. And then, as they flicker off, all of you will hear a voice. A near mocking voice. One that is quite familiar to you all.
Don't you fucking dare.
There is a eruption of illumination as the wisps that have faded away suddenly expand outward and solidify into this pool of a portal. This hard light wafting and just illuminating this dark chamber. And Nav. Nav will see it. Yugu, blinking your job complete, will turn around, looking towards Arvo, where you will see a very familiar figure dressed in a, I guess, poncho is how we described it before. Black fiberglass feathers. Standing over Meager. Nav, you two will see Jerome, who has whispered the words, finally. Oh man, John's looking at his notes. Meager betrays the party. Lights in the room will begin to slowly come on as the portal maintains itself. But you, Yugu, are feeling a particular pull as you watch Jerome's taloned finger point towards you. Many people don't even notice him just yet. Only Meager, for sure Meager, knows Jerome's here. Nav definitely spots him. Yugu, you turned around and you're staring him dead in the eyes. He's pointing at you. But Beef and Mirth are just, like, looking at the portal. Probably to Tyrant, who is also, like, not noticing Jerome in this moment.
Can I try and... Nav doesn't know what's going on, but Jerome is clearly pointing towards Yugu, and Nav is going to assume that that is an attack or a spell of some kind. Can Nav try and put his body between, like, block the line of sight or block the path?
Yeah. You can... so, we're not in initiative yet. Should we go into it? as I give you two a chance to act, potentially before.
I was gonna cast Greater Invisibility on myself.
Okay. I brought the
feel like
turn
we need
order up.
initiative.
Can you guys just roll initiative real quick? Not
Yeah.
you, Mirth or Beef.
Okay.
Yeah, get fucked, losers.
The one time Runson needed to murder a bird.
I should
Sad.
probably.
It all comes down to the dice, Jerome.
I have
This
a
is what
feeling
you've
that
been
you'll
waiting
want
for.
us to.
Roll a 1.
Where
Roll
are
a
you?
1.
Foul ones.
I have a
Crow.
feeling Jerome wanted us to do this.
That's not Jerome. That is the flock of Jerome. There we go.
I mean, this is just a contingency
Lock of
plan. Like,
Jerome.
if we had managed to beat him to it, then he would let us do it and then do this. But in the fact that Meager, took his deal makes it easier for him to
Oh, fuck. You
allow
rolled
us
a
to
19.
complete it.
Okay. Oh, you dragged your token out. Perfect. What did Nav roll? An 11.3?
Yeah.
I'll delete this, Yugu. Jerome. Darling, where's my D20? We'll use the big D20. Whoop!
Roll a
Oh!
1. Roll a 1.
One.
That's not great.
Yeah, I like to hear
Yay.
it.
That's 14. Oh!
Right in the middle.
Yes. Okay.
Ah.
Okay. Oh. There we go. Yugu, you cast immediate greater restoration, but you stop right before you do, realizing you are concentrating on a spell. And if you stop concentrating, the portal behind you will close. I know you hit it already, but John's not looking.
Yeah.
I'm not looking.
I'm pretending I do not see it.
It's not
Yes.
there.
Thank you, Master Nodge, for letting me know I was concentrating on the spell. I will instead use my performance of creation and just make a wall, a stone wall. I don't know how much around me I could do it, but like a semicircle in front of me.
It's size large, so assuming...
It
I don't
only
know if you can make a
costs-
wall. No, I don't.
Oh, it's
This
an
is like
object?
one object you can make, right?
Then
A wall
what's
is like
big?
150 bricks plus cement. I'm not sure I'm willing to let you get away with that one, Chief. Like a crate, okay. I can see a crate.
Okay, yeah,
But-
I'll do that instead. A large crate. Just
You drop a
feet in front
grand
of me.
piano in front of you.
Was the
Grab a
crate
grand
except
piano on
for
top of it.
multiple pieces of wood that's nailed together?
Fuck you. Okay. This is your action?
Yes.
Okay.
And I probably should have inspired someone beforehand. With
It's
this
fine.
blocking of my view, can I see any of my other allies?
No.
Beef.
You wanted it to basically act as a wall or a line blocker.
Yeah. Then I will put myself against it as tight as I can. That's it.
Okay. You cower and hide behind your crate, concentrating on the spell. The tyrant's beginning to pick up on the fact that, oh shit, he's casting summon crate. The first...
Great,
Summon
great.
box. Greater box.
Jerome gets to go and finally uses a spell. Oh my god, where are you? He is going to...
I won't think it again.
Do what?
Where are you?
And I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
sorry.
I cannot sleep. I
Wait,
cannot sleep tonight.
Where are you? Okay.
We're gonna get copyright striked.
Yeah, we are.
No, that,
Yeah, we're too
that
good.
requires us to sing well.
Yeah, we're too off key for that.
True. Very true.
Truth hurts.
Okay. Ego, I need you to make me a strength saving throw.
Oof.
The biggest oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fail.
6.
Oof.
not.
You all watch, now everyone alerted, as a gust of wind erupts from the sleeve of feathers down the arm. Many black fibrous feathers go out, striking at people during this, distracting them very briefly. As Yugu and his crate that is attached to the floor go flying 15 feet away, directly into the portal. Yugu lets out a Wilhelm scream, and then is sucked Stargate style through this pale light. All of you watch in immediate horror, unsure where the fuck he was going, unsure if this portal was even, like, part of a spell, as Jerome, using his insane movement speed of, I think it's like 50 feet.
50 to 60.
Yeah, he's a fast boy. Yeah, he just bolts straight after him into the portal as well. Nav, you get to act immediately now.
I'm going right to the portal as well.
Are you jumping in?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay.
Sword out too.
Okay. I need everyone to roll for initiative now.
Okay.
Pull out your tokens if you have one. If you don't, get fucked, since John didn't set them. No, I'm kidding. I will add Beef.
You didn't give
Mirth
me a
actually
token.
had one. Oh, I didn't have your actual token ready, I think. I had your picture
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah.
Okay. So Beef is 14. And then what did
John,
you roll,
am
Mirth?
I back at speed 30?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, look at that.
Very nice, Mirth. And then finally, Arvo is shouting at the tyrant to go and follow them before Jerome ninja loots your hard-earned work. And the tyrant's gonna roll into. This
it's the
is
boss
good
drops.
for both of you, because the portal will close on Jerome's initiative. As he interrupts Yugu's concentration. So, Nav, you're already in. Yugu's already in. Mirth and Beef will have time to dash into the portal if they want. So now all we're missing is our boy Tyrant.
I might not need to dash, and
can
I
I-
think Mirth may. Yeah, me and Mirth
He'll
may
make
not
it
need
in.
to dash.
He rolled a natural 15, bringing him up to
Yes.
a number. Which I'm going to keep secret since I don't want you to know his dex modifier.
Damn it.
Fair enough.
Is there anyone Mirth wants to pick up and bring in with us?
You're basically getting to act right now. And that's it, Mirth.
I'm just running.
Alright, you run in.
Go in,
Yugu
go
is
in.
And
already
hold
in.
in action.
Beef, you have movement.
I have 40 feet without dashing.
You can get in.
Okay. He takes out his. He has a war mace in one hand that he unsheathes, and he has a large circular buckler in his other hand, which has a symbol of a flexing muscle or flexing arm on it,
Yeah. Okay.
like painted on.
The tyrant and his bodyguard, 30 feet behind him, hand in hand currently, dragging her in with him, more or less, jump into the portal. And the camera frame stops as, like, everyone else looks at each other. Some unsure, many of them, like, taking steps forward, like, fuck it, let's go too! Bring the whole crew with us! Before a person calls them back to stop. We don't get to hear that person's words, since no one remained. But the portal closes on the room. Do we need another quick break here, or should we power through?
Power through. It's time to dominate.
Okay.
Kill
Can't
this
wait
bird.
to teleport right in front of like the plane of fire.
What's the point of fire? Never heard of it.
Is there hell? Will you show us hell?
Bro, you're already in it. Let us go to hell. Welcome to the Void, everybody.
Yeah.
This is.
Hey, we've been here before.
On the dark.
Yeah, black square.
I love the black square. Here, let's turn
I
off
love
the
Black
lights too.
Square.
We have enabled dark mode.
Very black square.
Jesus Christ, this is. I can't say that actually. That'll get me banned off Twitch.
Jesus, John.
Are you going to say the S word?
No. You guys fly for a moment. Or fall. Your eyes start to... Well, let's focus on Yugu, who just got shoved backwards into a...
Fuck.
Like... So this was like a vertical circle before you that you were backblasted into. Blacked into. You feel the sensation of falling non-stop as if you're like about to fall just like asleep, and then your muscles jerk you awake. You're falling. Your crate's right beside you. You can see it, Yugu. What do you do as the crate? It's barreling towards you.
Actually, I'll use the animating performance and have it catch me.
It just opens up and it catches him softly inside.
What's
Alright,
in
this
the
looks like
box?
shit,
You
what's
could
in
look
the
I'm
at
in
it.
the box.
Let's change the music one more time. What's this song? No, this song sucks. Fuck this song.
This song.
The crate opens up, swallows you whole. This definitely won't hurt any more than jumping at the last second of when an elevator is falling down with you trapped inside of it. And inside the crate, its lid having been, like, Jack in the Box open, will slam shut and close you, trapping you inside this black hell nightscape. You don't see Jerome, but you will feel the crash around you as you fall down. I don't know. Suffer 1d6 of fucking fall damage. You suffer 4 damage. Big fucking deal. The crate shatters and splinters, having shielded you from most of the other fall damage, if there ever was. And Nav, we jump to your perspective as Yugu begins to crawl out of somewhere. Nav, you're in this black hell void of just emptiness, of oblivion. It's as if you are dying again. This is damn near the exact same scenery that you've seen before. Before you, flying through this strange realm, is Jerome. You're only able to tell it's him just due to the flashes of alabaster skin that you see between his fiberglass feathers, his armor, his coat. Is there something you'd like to do during this time?
Is he going after Yugu?
You don't
Or
even
is
see
he
you.
flying off in a different direction? Okay.
He's just going in a line. You can't really move here, but if you have like a ranged attack, you could in theory cast it. Or a spell.
Could I fly here?
You're already flying.
Okay.
You're like in that scene of like the ending of Halo 2, where the Master Chief is just flying through that beam of light.
Sir,
Never played
finishing
it.
this song.
I'm finishing this fight.
I mean, I can Eldritch Blast him, I guess.
So I started blasting.
So you started blasting.
And so I blast him.
Yeah, give me a blast attack.
I only get one.
You get 2.
At this level, you should still get 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
I
when you
thought
level up.
that was a
It's based
thing.
on character
Wow.
level.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oof. Both misses. You shoot energy off towards Jerome, but he's too fast, and the strange... You're not, like, in a wind tunnel. There's no wind here. And maybe because there's no wind here, you're, like, course-correcting when you don't need to. And the, eldritch energy just goes a little bit off-center. During this time, you turn around and you see people behind you. A weird bugbear man, like, swimming. Like, Mirth, what are you doing? Are you doggy paddling?
I'm diving down, like...
Yeah, okay, you're going Superman.
Yeah, just Superman. Assuming, like, ready to catch myself with my hands and go into, like, a roll. Assuming that's going on, but not doing that for some reason.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Uh,
You're doing that, but
I-
assuming otherwise? Or assuming but not doing that?
Assuming that, but I also don't... Did you say we're flying, or are we falling still?
You're falling, and what's the difference, right? When you
Yeah,
don't see
because-
ground, you're either flying or you're falling.
Yeah, Mirth is assuming he's falling, so he's getting ready to catch himself.
Okay. Beef, what about you as you're right behind Mirth, trying to grab his ankle?
He assumes that he's flying and not falling, so he's
Ah.
attempting to like breaststroke, like as if he was through water. Like at the gym, sometimes he would practice going swimming in his speedo, and he's now doing his practice motions of trying to breaststroke through the air, trying to
Okay.
catch up to his friend.
You you start breaststroking. Unfortunately, there's no air here, nor a true medium. You can only barely see those closest to you. Yugu's long gone, or maybe he's just 10 feet ahead. Either way. Jesus Christ. I'm just imagining this fucking beef boy just swimming through.
Doggy paddling.
Eventually, Yugu, coming to consciousness first, will kick out of the crate, look around for like a quarter of a second at a beautiful field of yellow flowers, some kind of flower. Daisies, perhaps, sunflowers, who knows. You are in a strange, sky-lit realm that is just seemingly in perpetual sunset. And then you will feel the crash of Jerome hitting the crate that you're in as he steps on you. And he does something to fuck with you. I think he's just going to spell magic you right now.
Oh no.
I think that will just stop you concentrating. It'll just end the magical effect that you were concentrating on. I believe that is how Dispel Magic works. Because you do not counterspell concentration spells.
I know you use Dispel Magic on magical items. I guess I am a magical item.
Well,
Doesn't have
technically,
to-
you
one
should
creature.
have made a save to see if he concentrated from fall damage.
Oh yeah, make a
Oh, yeah.
make a con save. Fuck it.
Of 10.
You do it.
I pass.
Barely pass. Make an ability check using your spellcast. DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. Okay, well, he's just gonna do that real quick. I don't think he can fail it. Yeah, he just rolled a natural 19. Get fucked. That ended
My
9th level
type
spell.
will-
What, the spell's level is not like 23 or something?
Unfortunately not. Okay. He casts a spell magic. You look up at him. Your turn basically skipped for an automatic perception check. And then he says, "Thanks so much for your help, fucker! See you later!" And he will literally use his fly speed to just fly into the sky. Towards the hill that you see. As you begin to slowly stand up, Yugu, I need you to make me a dex save as 6 people come barreling towards you,
Oh, yeah.
falling from the sky.
I'm gonna die to my friend.
You fucking dive out of the way. Nav, you lost sight of Jerome. Then a expanding sphere of light comes right at you. You see the ground. You see Yugu. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw. If you fail, you course correct and hit you. No, I'm kidding. That'll do it. That's fine. You do not suffer any fall damage as you land and then do like a sick cartwheel out of the way. For Mirth, who does not take fall damage, you're falling 10 feet. Like, who gives a shit? And then Beef, make me a dex save to not, hit the Superman landing.
I have advantage on this from my danger sense.
Is your friend really a danger to you? No, I'm kidding. Go for it.
I'm a danger. My thing
No,
is,
no.
I'm a
He is
danger
the
to him.
danger.
I don't want to squish him with my
Yeah,
gigantic body.
I might just die.
Alright, you're good too. Everybody gets out of the way of each other as soon the tyrant and his bodyguard fall down doing their cool hunter T-pose, drawing weapons immediately. And they look around, not seeing Jerome at all.
He went that way, over the hill.
Okay, and with that, the tyrant takes off, unsure what's
Do I recognize this place? Is this the same?
Yeah, Nav, you're basically having a Vietnam flashback, as you are more or less in the exact same situation, minus the multicolored flowers engraved. It seems like you're closer to the day side than the night side. But this is like the field of endless flowers.
Okay. Are we still in turn initiative or?
Nope. I think
cool.
I think we're all running the same direction here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was about, like, that's all I was really gonna do, is if Nav recognizes what was going on, given what just happened, the flower mage is on his mind. He's like, oh fuck no, sorry Yugo, I gotta go. And he runs right after the tyrant.
The tyrant, Mirth, Beef, Nav begin to run. Yugu.
Would I have a chance when they land next to me to cast aid on them before they take off?
I mean, yeah. At most you slow everyone's speed down by like 5 feet for one turn. Like, big deal.
Hey, 1 second. Poof. Okay, everyone gets 5 hit points.
Everybody starts
Hell
fucking
yeah.
running after Jerome. And you guys will enter the train station as John goes to his notes. This is not the field of yellow flowers. This is the field of purple carnations. You are all somewhat, just having fallen through, like, feels like just a tunnel, just a chute into this field. Many of you are, like, looking around bewildered for the first time ever. Just like, what the fuck is going on here? As you all begin to climb up the hill, the flying black shape, the silhouette of a, well, flying creature, being what you are chasing. Jerome, that motherfucker, the bane of so many people's existences, the competitor of Yugu, the tormentor of Runt, who's not here, the enslaver of Meager, who's also not here. And then just a guy to Nav. I mean, why does Nav really have... He doesn't really have a connection to Jerome like everybody else does. Nav, do you hate Jerome with as much passion as everyone else does?
No, but he assumes he's, like, after the flower mage or something. Or at the very least that the flower mage is in danger.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Nav feels some type of like connection or kinship with the flower mage, and if he's in danger, he's gonna, especially like so soon after the
Yeah,
the
it's only
vision
been a
and
week,
shit.
right? Or 9 days, really. You run after Jerome, and cresting the hill, passing by these flowers that move out of your way so you do not step on them and crush them beneath your feet. You will stop for a brief moment as you see downhill, maybe 500 feet or so. Oh, John's an idiot.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Jerome's not flying. No one's
Oh.
flying.
Is it a no-fly zone?
It's not just a no-fly zone as you crest this hill. Getting within sight of a obelisk, a pillar of marble that shoots up from the ground, is surrounded by a strange circular wall. You will feel just mired. And many of you who are magical men, so I believe Yugu and Nav will feel there's a concept of essence manipulation called ethereal essence. This is the clingy kind. Most healing magics are made of the stuff. Like Cure Wounds is mostly ethereal magic that bind and congeal your own body together. This place is rich with it. It is like walking through an invisible field of molasses. And you all, I mean, Jerome got a lead on you at first, but once he's now like struggling and is like halfway through his obelisk, or to the obelisk, powering through as best as he can. And it's just gonna be a fucking march to get after him.
Do I get within range to cast slow?
Effectively, slow is already being cast upon everybody.
Okay.
I dash after him.
Everyone's
Go.
dashing. Oh, but it's like the slowest foot chase you've ever seen, guys.
Can I dimension door to Jerome?
Take me with you.
You can certainly try, but you're in a field of just the most dense magic ever. There's a chance that something can go awry, just so you know. I don't want to keep this a secret with you. You cast the spell, and then I say no takesy backsies, and then, you yeet yourself into the sky 1 billion feet and fucking fall to your death.
Right.
I can take it. I'm a man.
Oh, I think it's worth the risk.
Okay. You cast Dimension Door. Reaching for someone else? I mean, you could grab anyone. You want to take your beef swelling fuck, you could take the Tyrant if you want.
Ooh, actually.
Ooh.
Shit. You just bring this fucking boss monster to go fight this fucking crow dude who's like, oh fuck!
Do it. Fuck his shit.
I feel like, especially if something goes wrong, I feel like the Tyrant could live.
But inversely, if something does go wrong and you do take the Tyrant, you might take him out of action.
That's true. I
Up to
don't,
you,
well, plus, like, I don't know. Taking the, like,
What do you take, Nav?
Take
fucking,
me.
Swollington.
Yeah,
Alright,
yeah.
give me an intelligence saving throw as you cast
Oh,
the
no.
spell.
Hell
Oh,
yeah,
no.
he just got his
Yeah,
intelligence
Swellington.
bonus, too.
Make
It's
intelligence saving throws,
fucking
Swellington.
neutral.
Oh,
I knew it was coming!
Yes!
I knew it was coming!
Oh!
Right when
You
need it.
cast
Straight to the
Dimension
Tyrant.
Door. Nav. John didn't tell you how far away this obelisk was, but it's only 300 feet from the top of the hill. You could reach the obelisk. Do you go for Jerome, trying to get behind him? Or do you go in front of him? He's only about 100 feet off. He'll make it there in the next 10 seconds.
Okay, since you're taking me, if you go all the way to the obelisk, I can run back and try to run interference on Jerome, using my brute strength to hold him back.
That's what I was gonna do. The whole point of me trying to reach Jerome was because I wanted us to grapple him or like stop him even more.
Yeah, I mean we could still do that.
If we could do that, you go do that, I'll go do this.
Yeah, so you teleport us to the obelisk, and then I'll go back, trying to run defense.
Okay.
Defense. Defense.
Alright. You teleport. You, Nav, just feel this massive... Well, both of you basically just feel your body being, like, squeezed and funneled. It is the most, like, gut-wrenching sensation ever, as you are pushing yourself. The teleportation, like, does not happen in, like, the blink of an eye like you thought it would. You are physically moving just much faster. It is a horrifying thing to see. Like, it's not atoms dematerialize and then you reconstitute. It's literally, you just go super fast.
Yeah, you're moving so fast that we bend space.
Yes. And here, that is a visible thing. So Murthu, the tyrant, and his bodyguard are all like, what the fuck? Having never seen such a weird visual effect before. Alrighty. Beef, you land, you turn around, you draw an axe, or do you just go for the spear tackle?
He puts his mace to his side, he just has his shield, and he lets out a fat, weird, gurgling noise as he begins to enter in his rage.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And as he does so, Nav, who is currently next to him, is going to feel like icy, the atmosphere beginning to get colder and colder as his storm aura begins to go off.
Oh, shit.
And he's going to charge straight at Jerome with the intent of
you charge
him down to the ground.
There's a problem in your calculation, you realize, which makes perfect sense for Beef Swellington, who thinks he's much faster than he actually is. Jerome's 100 feet away from the door. You have 40 move speed, which is half to 20 if you dash.
Hang on, actually, because I'm pretty sure I have something for that specifically.
I don't care. Everyone has lower movement speed. You don't get to ignore... Slow is broken, bro. I know. Trust me.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, okay. So instead of 40 feet, you move 60 feet instead.
Correct. Yes.
Alright, cool.
I move a little bit more. It doesn't completely ignore it.
Okay. So you move... just try to go as fast.
I like to imagine he's screaming the entire time.
Oh, yeah, he is.
He's slowed.
So here's the thing. Jerome only has 35 feet movement speed while on foot. So if he dashes at half, you're still 5 feet away from him when your rage just wears off.
I mean, he's gonna go for like the football tackle where he literally leaps out and tries to spend his last bit of movement trying to tackle him down with his like 250-pound body.
Cool. During this time, Nav, what are you doing? Everyone else is in hot pursuit, but they're still like 200 feet away here.
Well,
like you see your boy Beef is just gonna go and like hinder him. And then you're at the, like this. So the wall isn't like a gate and then open space. It's like a spiral that just like kind of like a hedge maze almost, just pillars beside it. So that only like one person can like walk in a clear line at a time.
But it's
well,
going up.
No, it's just going straight. It's like a hedge maze. It's literally a field with just walls surrounding you. There's only one way through it. At least that you can see. There may be a back exit.
I mean, look at Wellington compared to fucking Jerome. I'm sure about this. There's no way Jerome is stronger. So there's no. If I turn around, is there any like writing or anything like that, or is it just kind of blank and go into the hedge
It's
maze?
blank for right now. Yeah, you're just at
Okay.
the entrance, still under the slow effect. You haven't gone.
Then
deeper
I'm gonna go deeper in.
All right, you
I'm
start
gonna go
going
deep,
in.
John.
Okay,
Orgasm.
you can go for it. Our boy Jerome is going to cast fear on you, Gibby. Please make me a wisdom saving throw. Or drop what you're holding and run away from him.
Yeah, I think I don't got nothing for that, so just normal wisdom save. Let's go.
Ooh.
19.
That, I believe, will pass. Let me
He
look
will
at his
roar in
magical
defiance.
items that he bought at the auction. Hang on.
Oh no.
He teleported from the auction there on the same day.
Oh, it's the day after.
There.
It's fine. I don't think he has anything to increase his spell DC. John just wants to make sure.
You just want to keep us in suspense.
I do. Well, I know who he bought. I don't know what he bought, though. Ah. Okay. Well, that's his action. He's just gonna move past you now.
Can I take it?
Yeah, you can use your reaction to do a
A
grapple.
grapple. Absolutely.
Wait, does slow cancel reactions? Do you not get to react if you're slow?
Yeah.
Alright, then no, you have to wait your turn to
fuck.
tackle him.
Fuck.
Guys, this is what happens when the raid team casts slow on me once. I'm gonna cast on another party.
Oh. I'm gonna be a little
I'm
stickler for rules.
kinda-
If you cast a spell, you need to roll a d20, or it takes 2 turns.
Cool.
Yeah.
I-
True.
What does he need?
I'm faster than Jerome by
11
Wait,
or
can you-
higher.
Can you
You're-
post a spell?
You're 200
Well,
feet
if you have it.
away, Mr.
Yeah.
Merger.
Yeah, let me get to my spell
Basically,
list.
if you can't teleport right now, you're more or less always going to be outpaced. Just due to
On
the
a
head
11 or
start he
higher.
has. 11 or higher?
Yeah, spell goes off.
Yeah, spell goes off then. No big deal. Cool. Okay. Well then, make your attack move.
Me?
Yeah, beef. And then we're gonna have
Let's
to focus
go.
on Nav as he sprints to the exit.
Ooh,
Try-
athletics at advantage. Why did I roll an
Athletics.
11?
You're raging again?
Yeah, I'll spend another rage.
Cool. That is pretty bad.
A natural 2 still gives him a 14. Wowie.
Yeah.
Wowee. Jesus.
He's a big boy. What do you want from me? He's very acrobatic.
He's a
Oh, that's
legendary
acrobatics, okay.
creature.
I thought he
Yeah.
had strength, and I was like, what the fuck?
No. Does he get advantage for this?
I would imagine not, because he's slow.
Yeah, he's slowed. Well, yeah, true. Even if he did, it'd be canceled out by slow. Sounds good. You grapple him. That is your action. You have moved up to him, which will prompt him to use his one legendary action that he gets, which is called Flurry of Feathers, which none of you have ever seen before. I've never had to use his legendary action. But there it is.
Yeah, we've seen it.
You have
seen
seen
it.
it?
We've seen it
Okay.
once.
Yeah, he used it to blind
Oh
Ratman.
yeah,
Oh.
Gary.
Gabe, Gary, something like that.
Fucking
D-name.
Gary.
If its movement speed
Oh,
is 0 while being
Gary.
grappled,
Yeah,
Oh,
the
true.
Rat Man.
This is kind of his fuck off action, where he just doesn't get grappled. Jerome is the most slippery foe you will ever come across in my entire game. But you know what? You do slow him for this turn. I believe you're just going to constantly be slowing him
literally,
down.
Yep.
Perhaps giving time for everyone else to catch up.
Like, we were literally going to do this thing of, I grapple him, he throws feathers in my face, he runs away.
Yeah.
I grapple him, he throws feathers in my face, he runs away. I grapple, like, we literally do that, basically until Nav does something at the obelisk, or everyone else catches up to
I think
us.
Nav is going to, like, fully complete the obelisk during this time. By the time you guys get there, and you will finally be able to just catch him. No, I think... I don't know if... I think you're constantly gonna be hounding him for the rest of this. Until
Yeah,
it's
if
more
he-
prudent for you to just attack his back than try to grapple
Effective
him.
eternity.
Yeah, Jerome's a piece of shit. So, who's ready for the biggest lore drop that John has ever made?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
as the
Bigger than the
Discovery
last
team,
one?
As Nav single-handedly hoards all of the experience for discovering things. John
How
will
okay?
change.
How many pages should I leave open for this lore drop? Like, how many physical pages should I leave open?
This is 2,000 words.
Jeez.
Oh.
I think 2 pages will be good.
Okay.
I don't
This...
think my notepad can.
I think we're gonna listen really intently. Don't
I
bother
think-
taking notes.
Yeah, I was
Just
going to say, this
listen.
is more of a, we sit here and re-watch the VOD and take notes later.
Yes. And this is all going to be from Nav's perspective until you all make it here as well. Okay. I'm playing Mixer with my music. There we go. Alright, carnations, blah blah blah. You make it to this platform. You have beaten Jerome. I truly did not expect you to roll that natural 20. Nav, you are ahead, running to a destination you know this fucking crow man has been trying to get to for potentially years. Maybe even longer than this God War, with how much effort he has put into this. He has let you guys go multiple times when he could have instantly killed you all, hoping for this moment specifically to happen, and you are beating him. This fills you with adrenaline as you just run, trusting your new companion Beef to hold off Jerome long enough for you to get to wherever it is he is going. You at first think it is the fucking Flower Mage, of course. He's this strange guy who can break a fucking Alventori curse, which no person has ever lived from surviving before. You were destined to die in that armor, and he changed that fate of yours. And as you start running, you're like, oh fuck, I gotta help him, I gotta protect him from this fucking crazy crow demon. And then you hit a streamer of light, which strikes your eyes and shows you an image of a youthful, pure-blooded Ulathaean boy that is isolated and alone in some sort of beautiful, idyllic vale or glade. You keep taking a step, having been blinded. You slow for a brief moment as you watch in every step the image flashing behind. This boy turns around and sees a towering figure just made of this icky, stained blackness. This ooze that reminds you just of the same void you had seen so many times now. what the flower maid showed you, what you just passed through, what you saw in your last moments alive. This creature is made of it, and looks down upon this child with a face that you can just barely make out. The expression of knowledge and knowing, of peace. That stops you for a moment as you look into the face of an actual god. You keep moving forward, Nav.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanna, is the face on the boy or the monster?
The monster.
Or the
towering giant.
that one.
You keep going, pushing forward, ignoring that brief moment of fear and hesitation. This boy stands before the giant, alone, and more figures like him begin to appear. Smaller in stature, but taller than the child. Each one more and more like the entity than the last. There are some which seem to still have their Ulathaean features, their visages, a glassy, almost opaque, detailless visage. But you sense the trepidation in this boy's heart, alone amongst monsters of his family. You keep moving. You see another flash of this boy being taken with his assumed family, with others more normal, more detailed, more expressive, surrounding and following this pack of giants made of featureless darkness. You see landscapes, beautiful as they are foreign and scary and alien. Tall trees you've never seen before, wild animals that remind you of domesticated ones, but clearly different. Then you find the first monster, what you can only describe as a monster, humanoid in essence, but not like you. And that thing is brutally cut down. Just walks one step close and just is evaporated, disintegrated into meat. And the host, the party, goes onward, with the boy staring in fear at the death that it just observed. Another step, there's another flash of an image, this time of another one of these mutant creatures, of a weird mutated bird thing, that the boy is holding a knife in a downward grip, about to stab, with the semicircle of these tall, expressionless giants surrounding him. And with each stab, or with each step, the stabbing motion is just frozen. And you walk maybe 10 more steps, and it's just him, every single one, clearly an image of hesitation. And then the next is the knife falling from the grip. And this sense of fear, but also relief, as the giants just disappointingly observe what the boy has done. The crow flies off, and there is a clear time skip. The boy is slightly older now and is within that same forest, but there are creatures, not mutated, not animalistic, just weird humanoids, kind of ape-like, that sit around a fire that has been created and are just living life, which the boy is observing until eventually he approaches the camp. Met with hesitation at first, and then with like hospitality. These weird 8 people point towards a tree where there are fruit and then climb upon the boy, now more of a youthful adolescent, a young man who's just way taller than all of them, and they use him as a ladder to get up at the taller tree branches. And it is just a scene filled with happiness and like a sense of belonging that you yourself, Nav, have perhaps never truly felt before, having run away from your own home to... God, Big Stinky was a nightmare, wasn't it? Anyway. You keep pushing on, unaware that the team behind you has probably entered the ruins by now, Beef Swellington attacking Jerome as their movement frees up. But you keep running. The march will continue, the boy seeming returned to the host, older now, but it still goes on, into Grey Mountains, meeting squatted figures with 4 red eyes that meet, block your path, and then allow you to view the biggest mountain you've ever seen in your life. Or the boy's life, I suppose. It stretches far beyond the clouds, and the giants matching in almost behavior, I suppose is the right word, with these squatted 4 red-eyed creatures. They speak and act like friends, like long-lost family, with the giants of your own, of the boys. And that is the moment when the boy turns around and leaves. He re-enters the forest. He goes back to the sea, just flashes of movement and distance. A journey that took him years is completed within a few seconds for you. And suddenly he's back in the glade with a flock of sheep grazing. There are people that come and mingle in great detail to him, but to you they are like images, like photos. More of the same. Until what has to be some kind of knight or royal noble in like armor appears and hands the boy a scroll. The scene jumps once more to a grand chamber, a beautiful ornate hall that is far outside of the realms of wealth than all of Klovisa put together. It is architecture never before seen. It is just inlaid with gold and richness of magic and wealth. It just blows your mind immediately. And this is when you hear, for the first time, a voice. A withered, shrunken Ulathaean, back bent by either subservience or just by age. This withered, bearded, massively long, curling ears of an entity looks out upon the boy, now a young man, and says, "Peace has made its intentions known to the world. Passion and cruelty have come to contest them. Ulithil shall fall between these two forces. Our people are fractured and strike against each other. You must carry the burden of king and keep it from the hands of those who destroy us." This withered figure retrieves a crown of solid gold, not having worn it himself, and gives it to the much taller boy now. There is clear hesitation, fear on his face as he slowly takes the crown, and with the same royal guard who gave him the scroll will begin to pull him away from the old man that leans and falls down upon a throne. They exit. They descend a staircase that just goes on and on towards the sea, where a gray ship is waiting them at a harbor. And as the boy turns around in the sky, where a storm is brewing overhead, there are two figures squaring off against one another above this grand palace that must be as big as a city-state itself. The boy watches as the city, this fortified palace, is cracked in half, the mountain beyond shattering and falling down into the dwellings below it. And then on the boat watches as a subcontinent-sized island begins to sink into the sea, as these two figures in the sky wage a war against each other. Nav, you keep running. Why would you stop now? There's no need for me to ask why you would. You keep going and running, seeing more and more of these images flash across your mind's eye. You see the coast that once a boy got off on, now a king, is immediately contested by Ulatheans. Some of those tall figures, made entirely of black, chasing after him, with others getting within their path to be cut down just to buy this boy time to flee further, with the crown wrapped around his fingers. He runs into the forest alone at one point, where you watch him pant and huff, and then a crow falls in front of him, and then more, a flock appear, and a voice very familiar to you, Nav, cries out a mocking laugh. And we follow the boy's vision as he looks at a pale Ulathean, fingers fully intact, lacking a poncho made of fiberglass, eyes that are colorful with purple irises, and fang teeth still. You see a younger Jerome, who calls himself... No, he doesn't speak yet. The boy speaks. you hear Erithil, the king of Ulathil, speak for the first time. Still somewhat childish. He says, I seek the wing of betrayal, Geral Omeka. Are you he? And then the crows, the flock, begin to laugh in unison with the figure that you know as Jerome. There is no response that you hear, but with your next step, internalizing the fact you now know Jerome's true name, you watch as, with every step, Jerome and Erithil, the Elven King, go on an adventure and become friends, meeting people, gathering foreign support from these little 8 men, tribal in nature, wearing rudimentary gear and fucking animal pelts, as well as some of those 4-eyed, squatted figures with axes and hammers and crude weapons. And they go on quests and adventures, and the world just seems so bright during this time, where everything else was just gray and miserable and painful and fearful. Like, you sense Erithil's happiness during this cataclysmic time. More of those giants made of black are met, are combated, and are felled. Celebrations are had as armies clash, Ulatheans, disenfranchised or disillusioned by their 2 gods, waging a devastating war on the fucking planet, begin to gravitate to the rightful king, who still has the crown, now only but a ring. Eventually an army is made, and this army begins to head to where 2 gods do battle. It is there, walking or traveling through a forest, a seemingly unimportant place, boughs of trees, the sky ever cloudy and thunderous, storming, where light will begin to fade from the world once more, as you see Erithil kneeling in front of Jerome, who is fallen on his back, dying. A weapon is embedded within his chest, as red and black blood just spills out onto the forest floor. It's hard not to just feel pity and sadness in this moment, Nav. Especially as Jerome lets out dying words to a friend. Still laughing, with a stupid smile on his face. He calls out, "Why are you crying, songbird? You act as if the knife is still in your hand." Referencing, of course, the first time they truly met. Erithil apologizes. He begs for forgiveness as Jerome just tells him to stop, his laughter dying. He says, "I've lived to my title. I betray things, expectations, loved ones, and now you. You must go alone. Erethil is shocked by this, almost wordless. And then he mutters something which not even you can hear. Jerome lets out a word. It's nothing. His pale skin getting more and more pale as he lifts his hand. A small black flame of his sorcery being demonstrated. They are nothing. Just like this flame, they flash and flare and burn themselves out. Follow the path you have made, and you will succeed. The crow has shown me. And Erethil screams out, "Your visions have never been right. How can you be so sure now?" And Jerome lets out a scoff. And just tells him, "You will make them right." And with that look of seriousness, which you've never seen. Just a scowl. Jerome dies. His face permanently locked in a mask of conviction. He doesn't even gasp his last breath as he just ceases and becomes still. The light of the world is gone for Erethil during this moment. Others come to him. You detect they are his friends as he loses more and more detail of who they are or what they look like. You hear a voice call out, "We have to go." But Erethil doesn't move. He looks at the descending sky, the endless night, oblivion, coming to absorb the world, and he chooses to stay in this moment of weakness, after his friend has told him to keep going and to trust himself. And everybody leaves him, except for his people, the Ulathayans who fled from a god, to his son. Erethil is content to wait for the end to come, for the world to end. But Nav, you know it doesn't. There is a moment of lucidity for you as every single step, these visions just get more and more detailed. You're losing track of time. You're unsure if you've walked 10 steps or 30. As you round a corner where the final image hits you. Or I guess series of images of just darkness coming, the light, suddenly a realm of shadow, more lights, those streamers that react to movement, your people surrounding you, ghosts of their former selves. You lose track of your own body. Even you, Nav, stall for a moment as you just feel torn apart into particles, into a gaseous form of existence. And then you feel a tug, a pull. And once more, the world is before you. You're standing on a mountaintop with Erithil, reconstituted from the strange spiritual form that he had been in for who knows how long. And miraculously, there he is, the Jerome you know, the demonic form of a once living half-elven sorcerer, cloaked in fiberglass feathers, hanging out with a squad of people who just radiate magic. A seeming giant similar in that core aspect of darkness, but with a very human face, holding a massive two-handed sword, more similar to a cleaver than anything else. There is also just a cast of people that you don't recognize, wielding magical weapons that ooze out like artifacts. Just immense power of fucking... Nav, you're blown away just by the amount of armaments this group holds. And Jerome, unarmed, just with his talons, offers a hand for Erithil to join them on a quest to save the world once more, unaware that his friend had failed in the first place. And in shame and in guilt, Erithil clasps hands with his thought-dead friend, now demonic bird monster of a companion, until at last, the World Pillar. You know how the story ends, Nav. Do you wish to see it, or do you stop moving?
We've come this far.
Okay. With one last burst of speed, rounding the final corner, this spiral of a path you have been on, reaching its end, you see Erithil on top of the most scenic visage you have ever been a part of. This is what it's like to stand up halfway on the World Pillar, looking down upon the world and how it goes forever. There are facts you are just translated with. You know that you're buying time for Wolden and Nenarian and the Alventori, or at least one of them, Grandpapa, as you call him, to go and kill Hephaestus on some stupid island where supposedly your father, Ish-Arith, has been sealed away, which now Hephaestus is going to reopen. You, in your tact and knowing you would never be able to face him, you've decided to come to the World Pillar to defend it and buy time so that Hephaestus cannot end the world once and for all. The flying temples that unleash swarms of endless abominations, the armies that march from the north, swollen with the dead. You, a bunch of demons, a few of these weird energy beings, a lot of dwarves, known as Kaza. Some human forces still stand with you in ultimately futile defense that is meant solely to buy time for two beings made of death to combat one another and usurp each other. It is a suicide mission. Jerome leading the foul ones with another one. Well, basically one of every single verminous god to exist. Is more or less in the vanguard, leading with sorcerous spells and magic, and will die. But he'll reform. And now, knowing that soon it will all come to an end, Erithil will summon the final bit of courage that he did not show to his father when he was younger, having lost a friend. And he will fight on top of a mountain, squaring off against Hephaestus's flying simulacrums that come to snipe him specifically as one of the strongest spellcasters currently within the world. And you will watch the brutal fighting as a bard 1v4s the strongest wizard to ever exist. And he will fail. He will be cast down the mountain, sent lightning bolts at him, chased and harried by flying monsters, not even really putting up of a fight. He will create barriers. His magic will delay his death as he feather falls down the entire world pillar over and over again, being chased by mindless automatons made of corpses and gems. He will crash into the bottom onto a mound, a hill, which you have been to before, Nav. And this is where he will die. But not before his final spell will go off. You don't recognize the magic as you watch his body be pierced by magic missiles, be battered down by thrown rocks, be ripped apart. With grace and with a solid mind, he will cast his final spell. And as you round the corner, you will see what it is. Next time we meet on City States of Klovisa, ; The God War.
Boo!
Guys, thank you all so much for joining me on this wonderful Thursday night
Go fuck
for
yourself.
John's story time.
Go fuck yourself.
Thank you. Seriously. I'm so glad I waited a week to play Elden Ring, even though I had this prepared for like 4 months. Feels fun. Anything you guys want to call? Shout out?
Shout out to all the
Shout.
other teams who aren't going to get their level ups until next time.
It's
Yeah.
fine. You guys wouldn't level anyway. You might, if he's not 8 already, but...
I'm already 8.
Okay, yep. Sorry guys, just think, if Meager and Runt were here, you guys would be level 8 already, everybody! Wow!
Oh well.
Hee
Y'all just gotta get better.
True.
Get
Let
good.
the Ray team pull its weight. They've just been fucking around on an island resort for like
When
4
was the last
sessions
time they
now.
actually fought anything? Huh?
Exactly.
When have they done any raiding?
True.
Yeah.
Real big
I
true
remember
right
when
there.
I remember when the original raid team went in and cleared out everything.
Yeah.
Now they don't even raid as pirates.
Yeah. Fuck the Ray team.
You
Guys.
discover like every session.
True.
Sometimes ourselves.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna lead us out now. Have a wonderful afternoon, evening, night, wherever you are. If you get mad at Elden Ring, post it in the chat so I can no, I'm not alone. We'll be seeing you
Always.
tomorrow with the Caveman Squad. What? Oh my god. And then, you know, the political team and their own shenanigans as they take a look for a legendary item.
No.
Big,
Wow.
Big-o. Alrighty. Guys, peace out. Don't die.
Don't die.
That's the wrong
Bye-bye.
screen. There we go. Nope, that's still... There we go. Bye.